host J Pops. Guys, today's date is February 16th, 2022. Guys, and we're back. We're back once again. Shout out to the Aggie men's basketball team for finally getting back in the win column. Goodness gracious. Man, so congrats. My wife has to bring a laptop out here to me as soon as she finished, so that way I'll be able to see what you guys are coming in the chat and stuff like that. So, guys, man, how are you all feeling out there? How are you guys feeling? How are you feeling about the basketball team, the football team, just sports in general? Because on today's latest edition of the Homemade Podcast of Sports, we will be getting into the wide receiver position. It's about time that Jimbo Fisher and Damian Craig, that people love to ridicule for whatever reason, but it has one of the best wide receiver classes coming in that we've probably ever seen. It's time for those guys to let them loose. I mean, let them play around a little bit, man. Just let Damian, just let them free, man. Just let them roam. Just let them go out there and make a route. You know, that wasn't even in the book. Just let them go out there and make a route and show you what they're capable and able to do. All right? First off, I think all of you guys tuning in, I don't think I've ever seen a number jump up, you know, that high and stuff like that. But I thank all of you all for tuning in. Once again, this is the Homemade Podcast Sports with your host, J Pops. We're going to talk about the Aggies, baby. We're going to get into some things, all right? Can they be dominant with this wide receiver core with the additions of Evan Stewart, who is enrolled early, with Noah Thomas at the wide receiver position, and Chris Marshall? All right? What's crazy is that I sat there and I witnessed Chris Marshall go from a 4-star recruit, top 100, a little bit outside the 100 a little bit, but a top 100, say the least, to a 5-star recruit. I mean, after that game that everybody saw around the world, which was the Under Armour All-American game, hell, we had knew that he was a 5-star wide receiver. It wasn't no reason to not label him as one. We just didn't know when it was going to happen, okay? He went from a 4-star once again to a 5-star wide receiver. So now we got 2 5-star wide receivers coming in. And then we have Noah Thomas, who is a top 300 recruit, and which is a 4-star. But guess what? Noah Thomas shouldn't even much be ranked down that low neither. And Noah Thomas is 6'5", 165. No, 6'5", 180, by the way. Okay? You know what that means? He's going to come in with a lot of length, and this is who Noah Thomas is going to remind you of whenever he may see the field. Cooper Kupp, with stars behind his name. I'm going to say it once again. He's going to remind you of Cooper Kupp. Okay? So, it's somebody that's tuning in. Liz, I thank you for tuning in. And please be safe on that road. If by any means, you feel like you need to look at the podcast, please, man, just pull over to the gas station or wait till you get to the red light. Please be safe out on the road. Do not look at your phones because these phones has caused many wrecks. All right? I care about all of you guys just like I care about my own self, okay? Please be safe out there. But I thank you for listening, man. I thank you for listening. So, like I said, man, we're going to talk about this wide receiver position because this is a position that's very, very exciting to a lot of you. It's exciting to me. You want to know why? Because the wide receiver position is my favorite position. Why? Because I was too a wide receiver. Okay? I did not go all the way through college, so please do not ask me that. I did not go through high school, so please do not ask me that. But I know that position like the back of my hand, all right? I know how to run those routes and get wide open. And that wide receiver position is very, very electric. And if you're that good with it, the sky is the limit, all right? So that's why we're going to talk about this here. And we're going to talk about some things because we need some guys to step up. We really, really do, all right? So I want you guys to look at some things here. And we're going to take a step back, okay? We're going to take a step back to 2018, which was Jimbo Fisher's first year in College Station. All right, we're going to take a step back and we're going to look at this year, man. To end that game, all right, to end that game, before I keep going, I want to see what somebody else said. So Richard Walker, Jimbo definitely needs to open up this definitely needs to open this offense up. It starts with a quarterback that can get them the ball, and I think that box gets checked this year. Oh, big time. Big time. You know what else I think gets checked this year behind the quarterback position? One of those quarterbacks, whoever it may be, in which I fully am putting all my investments in Haynes King this year. They're going to make some plays. It's going to be some plays that breaks down. And when those wide receivers are looking and seeing that the play is breaking down at the point of attack at the offensive line and things like that, because it's going to be some times where the defensive line is going to get through that offensive line, you know, by all means, because all of these guys will have to gel together, of course. It's going to be some plays where you're going to see Haynes King break out, scramble, and he's going to catch somebody wide open down that field. I don't know who that may be, but he's going to catch somebody wide open down that field, and you're going to see some things where you be like, oh, my goodness, here we go. It's going to be that way this year, all right? So, EJ Music is going to come down to the quarterback under center. We have 3 solid guys coming in. Yes, we do. We do. And Connor Wingman. All I'm saying is that, when that young man gets his time, just know that this is his time, and he isn't giving that position up. I know that for sure, okay? So, once again, we're going to take it back to 2018, Jimbo Fisher's first year. We finished 9-4. We were outside of the top 25. We finished 26 out of 130. Okay, so we were the I think that year we finished like at 25, I think, man. But it says on here 26. So if I'm looking at the ranking correctly, we finished in the final AP poll number 16 in the country. Okay. We were 5-3 in the conference, and we were the second best team in the SEC West that year. I remember that specifically. So we went 9-4. We scored about 36 points a game. We were 19th in points per game out of 130. That's damn good. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm looking for that year all over again, but I know it's a year out there, which potentially will be this year, that can be better than that 2018 season. Hell, it can be better than the 2020 season. But that 2018 season was better than the 2021 season, if you guys believe it or not. All right, so opponent points per game was about 25.3, 47. Strength of schedule was 13. Strength of record schedule or something like that. But then strength of schedule was like, I think, first in the country, man. We had undoubtedly, my goodness, man, we had to play Alabama that year. We had to play Clemson. Then we had to go to Georgia. No, I think it was the second year we had to go to Georgia. But, man, my goodness, man, we had to play some people that year. But anywho, that year alone, this was Kellen Mond's best year being the Aggie, because he had a full season where it was more than 9 games, okay? Kellen Mond alone had 238 completions out of 415, 57.3%, you know, which is mediocre at best, but it wasn't as bad, because this is the yards that he had passing. 3,100 yards passing that year. 24 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. We wish we could have got a couple of those interceptions back. Yes, I know. But he was 24 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and everybody remembers the Clemson game, where Kellen Mond put everything he had on that field. The wide receivers put everything they had on that field. We need one of those years. This is the cold part about it. Trevion Williams, out of 13 games, 271 attempts, 1,760 yards. That guy was 240 yards away from rushing for 2,000 yards in a season. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? He was 240 yards away from rushing for 2,000 yards. That was one of our best rushing teams in this modern decade. All right, so that was one. So, anywho, this is what I want to get down to here. So, I was on defense, scoring, and now we're going to really look at some things here. I just want to point that season out because that was one of Jimbo Fisher's best seasons. And we should have went 10-2 that year. Oh my God, we should have went 10-2 that year. And I will forever keep on bringing it up, okay? So this is what we're going to talk about. So ever since Jimbo Fisher has been at A&M, no receiver has eclipsed the 1,000 yard mark. No receiver has eclipsed the 800 mark. This is what the wide receivers on the roster numbers were this year. And we all know that they were pretty bad, but this is the numbers. You know, I'm going to point it out anyways. Anaya Smith was one of the leading wide receivers in receptions. And then after that, Jalen Watermeyer. But Anaya Smith had 47 receptions, 509 yards. Jaylen Preston, 17 receptions, 255 yards. Damon Demons, 15 receptions, 235 yards. Caleb Chapman, 13, 210 yards. Chase Lane, 12, 132. Musa Muhammad, 10 receptions, 153 yards. Devin Price, 1 reception, 7 yards. Jalen Watermeyer, 40 receptions, 515 yards. And that's pretty good as a tight end, to be honest with you. And Max Wright, 3 receptions, 23 yards. That's not good enough to win you a lot of ball games in the SEC. Let's go ahead, all be honest, okay? Let's go ahead and be honest here. That is not good enough to win you the type of ball games that you really honestly need to win the SEC. Okay, true enough, we got past Alabama. We did. But to continue to go down the stretch, you need at least one dominant wide receiver on your team. We didn't have that. We didn't have that at all. So this is the roster. This is the roster that's coming back. Anaya Smith, he's announced his return, in which I believe Anaya Smith will have another probably 50 to 60 receptions, and he'll have about 800 yards. This will be his best ever season at A&M. And I know that for sure. Please believe what I'm telling you. Anaya Smith has been just developing, and he's gotten better every year. It's no doubt about it in my mind that he won't be better this year, okay? He will be undoubtedly an unstoppable wide receiver because he knows the game and he knows that playbook. Anaya Smith also knows how to run routes. Anybody who's coming out here, oh, you're going to be a blocking wide receiver in Jimbo Fisher's offense, I'm so tired of hearing that bull crap. So now I'm telling you like this here, these wide receivers will step up this year, and this will be one of our best wide receiver groups ever since Johnny Manziel them left, okay? I'm talking about as a group. Now notice I didn't say Kyle Allen, I didn't say Nick Starkel, I didn't say none of those guys, none of that wide receiver group, because this group in particular will be the group as a unit, okay? I didn't say Josh Reynolds, although you guys keep on sleeping on Josh Reynolds. The guy that he's going to remind you of, no, the guy that will look like him because he's an Aggie. So I love to compare Aggies to other Aggies. The guy that's going to look like him, that has the size and everything, that's coming in with a full advantage with the, you know, the size and height, is Noah Thomas. I just told you guys about it. If you guys have not seen Noah Thomas tape yet, please go and turn on that tape. He has pure hands. He knows how to catch the football. All right, what did Josh Reynolds do all season long? He caught the football. He knows how to catch. All right, so just be looking for that and continue to dig into Noah Thomas. All right, continue to dig into him. Chris Marshall, as an Aggie, reminds me of this guy here. Ryan Swoop. What he did in the Under Armour game was everything that you saw Ryan Swoop do with Johnny Manziel. And I need for you guys to go back and look at that Under Armour All-American game again. Look at how the way he kept coming back to the football. He just followed the football. That's all he did. What did Ryan Swoop do with his time with being at A&M? He followed the football. Anywhere Johnny went, he went with him, but he followed the football at the same time. That's what you're getting with Chris Marshall, okay? Evan Stewart is a all-out wide receiver. So he's going to be wherever you need him to be. You know? But also, Evan Stewart, at the line of scrimmage, he's going to break a cornerback down because of his footwork. I've told you guys this several times. If you continue to hear me say the same line, that means you know that that's a fact. And if you don't believe that, then you need to go and look at film. You need to go and look at some film. Evan Stewart is everything that I thought he was. Once again, this is the reason why I wanted Evan Stewart bad. Okay? I wanted that young man bad. He's enrolled as an early enrollee. I do not expect Evan Stewart to start. However, I expect Evan Stewart to be the second man up in rotation. Once again, I don't expect him to start because he's just really too young for me. Okay? Which shouldn't play a factor, though. That should not play a factor. So if somebody gets beat, then it is what it is. But I know the guys that's in front of him. One of them is Musa Muhammad. Okay? Musa Muhammad is that darn good. And Musa Muhammad, if I'm not mistaken, he should be in the starting lineup this year. It should be Musa Muhammad, Damon Demas, and Anais Smith. Or if it's not that, Caleb Chapman will for sure enough be starting on this roster. Because Caleb is coming back, people. So Caleb Chapman, a lot of you guys ain't going to believe me on this. Once again, I'm comparing Aggies to other Aggies. Caleb Chapman will be your Mike Evans of 2022. It's not going to be Damon Demas. It's not going to be Evan Stewart. Caleb Chapman will be your Caleb Chapman will be your Mike Evans of the 2022 season. You guys are going to come back to this same show and you're going to say, man, you said that he was going to do some stuff that Mike, man, bro, you said that you mind. And I'm not lying to you. I believe Caleb Chapman will have a hell of a season. He may not eclipse 1,000 yards, but Caleb Chapman will have a hell of a season. And the only reason why his yards will be up is because of what he can do after the catch. This is what's going to make him a difference maker. It's all about what he can do after the catch. Okay? Yards after catch. That's just all it is. Anais Smith, you guys already know what Anais Smith can do so far as yards after catch. I believe when he goes out there to Tuscaloosa this year, and I'm just pointing out Tuscaloosa here because we all remember that game and where they thought that he got pushed to the sideline, but he ran all the way down the field. So I need you guys to really, really understand where I'm coming from with that. All right. So once again, these are the guys that's coming back. So Anais Smith, Ukeep Brown, in which you guys cannot sleep on because Ukeep will be second behind Anais Smith. I honestly think so. Ukeep Brown is a slot wide receiver, man, and he will be second behind Anais Smith. Okay? Excuse me that. But he will be second behind Anais Smith, man, and I know what I'm talking about. Why? Because Anais Smith is training him to be better than he was. Okay? That's going to be a dangerous combination. Ukeep Brown is going to lose people on that field, man. He's going to lose a lot of people because they're not going to know he's out there. He's going to catch it, and his speed is going to be the difference, okay? So after that, you got Jaylen Preston, which has also come along, all right? So you got Jaylen Preston that just may very well be behind, he may just be behind Caleb Chapman. All right. Don't quote me on that, but man, good God, we got a lot of people out here. All right, so he may be behind Caleb Chapman. Once again, I'm confirming Caleb Chapman at the start. He's the more veteran wide receiver out there. All right, so you got Damon Demas, of course, he's coming back. Caleb Chapman, of course. Then you got Chase Lane, Chase Lane will be your third down threat, just like he's always been. This will get Chase Lane drafted. This will be the reason why Chase Lane is drafted. And a lot of you guys may not believe me on that, but that would be the reason why Chase Lane gets drafted, is because on third downs, he's going to come through and make the play. He done this a lot with Kellen Mond, man, and I could not figure that out. But every time a third down popped up, I looked for one guy specifically, and that was Chase Lane. I have no clue how he kept on losing people, but he kept on losing people, man. If you guys don't believe what I'm saying, go back and look at that 2021, look at that 2020 season. Chase Lane was everywhere on third downs. I have no clue how he got that open. But, hey, he was open. Just be looking for that, okay? Let me go back and look at some of these comments. I see you guys are all in here. Terry Williams, what's going on? Sub-Zero. Hope Caleb can stay healthy. Yes, I do too. Stewart won't start at the beginning of spring ball, but he will start by the first or second game. That's believable. That is believable. That is believable. So I see somebody in here saying Lane needs to stay healthy. That is true, man. That is very, very true. So we got a lot of guys on these roster that I just named. None of these guys can stay healthy for a full season for whatever reason. So I'm hoping the same thing, just like you guys said, that these guys stay very, very healthy, okay? I'm hoping they stay healthy. So another guy on here, wide receiver, Moose Muhammad. Of course, you already know him. This is one guy who's very underrated, Devin Price. And I know some of these guys are going to transfer out. I just know that for a fact. I do not doubt this, but some of these guys are going to transfer out. So Devin Price, or I don't know if Devin Price may have transferred out already. He may have not. These are a couple of guys that I've not heard of at all. Daniel Bushland, I have not heard of him. I honestly don't know who that guy is. Ryan Campbell, I don't know who he may be. Jacob Groff, I don't know who he may be. Keon Jackson, he's another one that's underrated, and he's a sophomore along with Devin Price. These are sophomore wide receivers. Hezekiah Jones. This is the one that I would watch specifically. And if you guys are following me and paying attention to what I'm saying, follow along with me to watching how Hezekiah Jones performs in this spring game. If Hezekiah Jones comes out there and he is dropping balls again consecutively, then at this point, I will not lie to you, Hezekiah Jones will get passed up on the depth chart. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to do any of those things. But if he comes out there and he drops these balls consecutively, again, because he's been in this system for a very long time. He is a senior now. A junior on paper, but a senior. He's been here for 4 years. You got to start catching the ball, Hezekiah. I expect for him to come out, and we talking about a guy that was a starter. He was a starter for a couple of years. I do not believe that he'll start this year. Things could change, though, because he's one of the more veteran wide receivers out there as well. But if he comes out, once again, and he drops these balls consecutively in this spring game, that says a lot about what's going on with Hezekiah or Hezekiah Jones, man. And that cannot be explained anymore. Hezekiah, at this point, he will have to move on. And I know I'm not lying about that. Goodness gracious, man. I love my Aggie guys, but sometimes you have to let them go. You got to let him go. But that's up to him if he's going to transfer. He's just going to stick it out and try his best to get better. Okay? So I do believe he'll be better. It's just a simple fact of that I have to see it. I have to see it going forward. All right? So this is another guy, Reese Mason. And that's the last wide receiver that's going to be on this. So adding to that group, of course, is, like I say, Evan Stewart, Chris Marshall, and Noah Thomas. Those guys will be undoubtedly good. I don't expect either of those guys to start, in my opinion. I don't expect those guys to start. I expect them to get a little bit of playing time. If our wide receiver core is just about as good as they are, going forward throughout the season, then you will not see a need for Evan Stewart, Chris Marshall, nor Noah Thomas until we're getting to what's called mop-up. Okay? They can come out there, they can run around for a little bit, get used to the field, used to the SEC, stuff like that. But then again, some of these guys may just redshirt. Okay? Some of them may redshirt. Some of them may not. Evan Stewart will not redshirt. Chris Marshall may redshirt and just sit back because he does play basketball as well. I'm not sure if he got a scholarship for basketball, but he does play basketball as well. He may just redshirt, play basketball for the season, come back 2023, and potentially take over a starting role. All right, because a lot of these guys that I just named, a lot of these guys are going to go off to the NFL, and a lot of them going to graduate, and that's about it. A lot of them going to transfer. I know that's true. So let's continue to go here because I count these guys as wide receivers as well, but they're in a tight end position. The ball will be distributed a lot, and Haynes King will look like a pro quarterback in a pro system that Jimbo Fisher runs. This time around, this year, it will be a faster pace pro style offense. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. This is the reason to why he went out and he got Connor Wingman. Connor Wingman is a pro style quarterback, but Connor Wingman moves in a faster paced offense. A lot of these guys coming from high school, they all move in a fast paced offense. I believe that Jimbo Fisher would speed this offense up because he done it the first game with Haynes King, and he done it in the Colorado game. Haynes King got hurt. He had to slow it down just a little bit. This year, he comes back with the same game plan, and once again, understand the opponent that we played, but Caleb Chapman had about almost 100 yards in that game. That was just off 3 catches. Expect for Haynes King to be in the blaze of glory in that first game. All right, and I think we played, Appalachian State or somebody like that in the first game. So they will be pretty good. I see a lot of you guys come in talking about Chris Marshall playing basketball at A&M. Okay, so it is confirmed he will be playing basketball at A&M. I saw somebody say, man, they need his talent bad. So that's true. But I believe Chris Marshall may just be the one that redshirts and go on and play basketball, with Buzz during the year and keep it going like that. But these are the guys, okay? The tight end position. So Jalen Watermeyer is officially off to the NFL. Max Wright, I believe Max Wright may just go back to a defensive end, I believe. Marshall confirmed already that he will play basketball as well. Okay, so I think all of you guys coming in here and confirm that. All right. Somebody said he's not playing basketball, but yes, he is. Look, Buzz Williams will be here. Okay, Buzz isn't going anywhere. I don't want him to go nowhere. I just need Buzz to get a little bit better at evaluating talent. That's all. That's just all I need from Buzz. That's it. But Jalen Watermeyer is gone. Max Wright, I think he will not be a tight end, if I'm not mistaken, or he may be, but I don't think he will. Baylor Cupp is the guy who we're going to be looking for. Okay? Baylor Cupp has to undoubtedly be the key piece to this offense to make us unstoppable on third downs. If everything goes right and Baylor Cupp plays up to his potential, Baylor Cupp will be the reason to why we win a lot of close ball games. I'm going to say it once again, and I'm going to put Baylor Cupp on a pedestal, as you guys, as a lot of people love to mention, the pedestal quote. I'm going to put him up there. I'm going to speak very highly of him. I have high expectations for him, okay? We play Sam Houston State. Okay, thank you for pointing that out. I have high expectations for Baylor Cupp in the first game, period, okay? I expect Baylor Cupp to have about 5 receptions for about 60 yards. That is all we all need from him. 5 receptions, 60 yards, 1 touchdown. We need for Baylor Cupp to look like a 5-star tight end. He has the size advantage, things like that. He stayed healthy all throughout the season last year, and man, I can't thank him enough for staying healthy throughout the season. He just did not see action because of Jalen Watermeyer, of course. This year, you will see a lot of action. Okay? It is your spot. It's your spot to be taken. And I know that. I'm pretty sure Jimbo Fisher already announced that to him. Hey man, it's your spot to lose. You better hold on to it. Okay? You better hold on to it because just like my guy said in the podcast, Terry Williams, he is going to be a big mismatch for linebackers in particular. There's no linebacker in the conference, even with what's the name coming back for Alabama. It's no linebacker in the conference that can hold Baylor Cup when he's on. I'm intrigued to see that matchup. This is the reason to why I said that we're going to make a New Year's Six bowl run this year. And that New Year's Six game, I may just go to that game. But then again, man, I be doing so much for my family. It's kind of hard for me to make that game. But depending on where we play, if we play in Houston or something, you can best believe I'm at that game. But I know a New Year's Six bowl game ain't going to be in no darn Houston. But you can best believe, man, I will try my best to get there. Okay? But anywho, Baylor Cup will be a threat. Fernando Garza, a lot of people are asleep on him. I know a lot of you guys may not know who he is. Who's our best blocking tight end? Somebody just said that for me. Our best blocking tight end is this guy here. It may just be Blake Smith or it may just be Fernando Garza. Okay? Then again, it may just be Max Wright. Because Baylor Cup, he's not all that good at blocking. I know that for sure. But he will be pretty decent. At the same time, Jake, oh man, what's our quarterback that just came in? Guys, help me out here. What is our quarterback name that just came in? I'm going to scroll down these comments. Max Johnson. So Jake Johnson will be in. So you guys cannot forget about him, okay? So Jake Johnson, yeah, Max Johnson. Thank you for that. So Jake Johnson will be in. He's also a tight end. And Jake Johnson was really a borderline 5-star recruit, okay? I need you guys to really, really notice that. And I need you guys to really, really notice Jake Johnson. As you guys know, just like I knew, Jake Johnson shocked the hell out of me when he committed to us. I had no clue who Jake Johnson was. I did not have him on my radar. And I was not looking at anything. I had to really go back and look at it. And I say, good God almighty, man, we got two killer tight ends. So Jake Johnson is coming in. And also Donovan Green is coming in. But also not only him, Theodore Ostrom, he's coming in. This is like 6 tight ends that we can play. And if we wanted to, we can just rotate all 6. That's just that. It depends on who red shirts, in which I know nobody will probably red shirt. No tight end needs to red shirt. Everybody needs to get a little snap count. Get them on in there. Let's see what we got. Continue to run up the field and continue to bulldoze. Okay? So that's just what we're going to do. And on that note, we're going to end it right here. That is about all I have for you guys. Excuse me. I thank all of you for tuning in. Like I say, guys, I got many of more of these podcasts rolling. As you can see, I've already lined up one for tomorrow. As for the tomorrow's podcast, it says Swedish kid runs like a 4.5. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. So, also with Noah Thomas, since you said that, Noah Thomas also runs track. So, be looking for another possibly A-chain on the field when Noah Thomas hits the field. So, on tomorrow, we'll be talking about the linebackers. Who's going to step up? You know, will the linebacking core be a threat in the SEC this year? Will they be a threat at A&M? You know, can we do it? Can we make sure that we're doing what we have to do to continue to get better? And I can tell you like this here. Whenever Anthony Hill may commit, if Anthony Hill commits to us, which is he's from Den Ryan, Texas out there, if Anthony Hill commits to us, just know, man, we are going to be stout and stacked at that linebacker unit, okay? So I'm going to leave out on a note here. Going to give you guys this little golden recruit nugget. Breveon Rogers, who's an athlete, national 53, number 6 athlete in the nation, number 11 best player in the state of Texas. He's from LaGrange, Texas. He wants to earn his scholarship at A&M. You can bet your bubble as soon as he earns that scholarship for A&M, you can go ahead and put him in our 2023 class. He will be an instant commit. Just like how you used to play on the NCAA football game, where you got the little instant commit. You know, you keep on working your way up, then you got the little coach thing where it say instant commit on there. You keep on bumping it up. He will be an instant commit. I'm going to say this name once again. Breveon Rogers. He's an athlete. He's national 53. The number 6 athlete in the country. And the number 11 player in the state of Texas from LaGrange. The last person that came from LaGrange that I know was a player by the name of J.K. Dobbins. And he was a big-time Ohio State fan. And he went out there to Ohio State. J.K. Dobbins broke a lot of records. So that lets you know everything you need to know about players coming from out of LaGrange, Texas. He's Texas' very own. Once again, I believe as soon as he gets that scholarship from A&M, he will be an instant commit. All right, so that's just a little recruiting nugget for you guys. And he's a top 100 player national. As of right now, he has scholarships from Alabama, Michigan State, Oklahoma, and USC among the offers. So that's just a little nugget for you all. Just continue to look for that name, okay? So that's about all I have for you guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap it on up. Have a good one. Have a very blessed day. Be careful out there. Please do not watch the video and try to drive at the same time, okay? See somebody in here before I get on out of here. I think Dalton Brooks was rocking A&M gear in the state playoffs. I need to look him up. I need to really, really look him up. Dalton Brooks. I'm going to keep that in mind. All right. I love all of you guys. #GigaMags.